So today what we are doing, that this is one Wikipedia page. I will try to imitate this page. I will try to, regenerate this page by using the HTML and by using the knowledge that we have learned till now. You know what I mean? We are trying to find, like we are trying to just, make that one. Okay, whenever you come across a page and you want to make its equivalent HTML, there are a few things that you need to consider. You might see that I can broadly divide this document into these sections. So do you see that from this to this part, this can be considered as a one of the section of that, and maybe I'll include this one as well into this one. You see what section, if you talk about, if you remember, if you have seen, like if I tell you about my, let me just open up a share chat. Yeah. So according to my last lecture, what this typical section could be called, like semantically, what I can call this typical section. Can anyone let me know what I can call this typical section as semantically? That semantically this can be what? Yes, Kirandeep, that's wonderful. Semantically, I can call this header section. And I'll just talk about some of the other things. Okay, so Kirandeep, if you know about that, you will know that semantically what I can call to this particular area. What particular name I can give to this one particular semantically. You know about that one? Nav. Yes, that's wonderful. This can be called as a nav one. Okay, and then if you talk about this, looks like the main article, right? So again, from this point to this point, I might say that this complete is our main section. You know what I mean? Arshdeep and Kirandeep, you have seen the video. This can be called as the main section, main semantic section. And then let's talk about this. This is, as it is diagrammatically or graphically also, it can be called as an aside section. Aside, we'll talk about that, and we are imitating this document aside section. What is the aside section? A aside section contains some information which is like basically related to the topic, but they are not directly related to the topic. This is something that they have just given, okay, conservation status, domestic status, but the main thing that they wanted to tell us about the dog, that has been all have been discussed over here. Does that make sense? So I will be trying to imitate this page, and please bear in mind, since we have not studied the CSS till now, so it won't look like this one, but we'll try our best to just produce as much as near like output as possible in this one. Make sense, everyone? What we are doing, we are trying to imitate this page. First of all, we'll imitate this page, and then we might go for some other pages, and then we'll see, okay, how we can just imitate this page, and what are the considerations that we keep, what are the tags that we might use over here. So there are lots of things that we'll be just considering over here. Does that make sense to everyone? What we are about to do, we'll take this page and try to create it HTML, but no graphical representation, just logical HTML, the semantical HTML that might be there. You might be thinking there will be lots of things that we syntactically will do, but of course we won't be applying any styles to that one, and that's really something we need to keep in our mind, right? So now let's start doing that one. I want to do that. Okay, and what I'll do is that, okay, right now there's no talk of script. I'm not talking about a script, not this one, NE document, this one. I'll create another like page, and I might call this. So I will be calling, like creating that inside the pages, right? Just to make you inform that, okay. And I will call this one as, for example, doc.html, right? So I'll just creating doc.html. And so first of all, our ready-made HTML, that is again syntactic HTML, that should be always there. So I create that syntactic HTML, right? Okay, before going into that one, this was my home page, not home page. This was my home page. This is my home page. So what I'll do is that I'll add one link over there for this doc.html. You know why? Because just when you open up your notes, you know that, okay, there were. So I will come over here and I'll say h2 dog Wikipedia page, right? And I will link this document over there. So I'll say find the lecture of June 17 here. and this here should be linked, right? So just doing practicing as well. Okay, I have to connect it to what? This doc.html. This doc.html is inside the pages, and you know that how do we access that one? So I have just given you ample practice of that. If I come over here, if I say // I will reach the pages, and slash I can say doc.html. Does that make sense to everyone? Now if you see that now, okay, I've not given any text in between that. See, you see, so this here should be inside that one, right? So I'll put that here inside this. Make sense, everyone? Now what will happen is that now our in, like, you know, our document. Okay, can you hear me? Oh, sorry. Can you guys hear me? Okay, just give me a second. What's going on with my chat? Yeah, so you guys can hear me as you're saying after my dashed line, because I could not see some comments as well. So you can hear me clearly. Okay, Vimal, thank you very much. Okay, so see here, what I'm saying that I have just connected this document over here as well, and now this doc.html, which I have not created as yet, as it's just the plain HTML right now. So I'll talk about that one, but I have connected this one. Make sense, everyone? Now that's all we had to do in the index, so that when someone comes up and they want to see, okay, where are the notes, these are the notes for that one. So this doc.html will be our. Okay, so we are imitating this one. So first of all, we'll imitate this one. We are not bringing up the logo, we are talking about dog-wikipedia. So now I'll just come over here and I'll say dog-wikipedia. Make sense, everyone? I have tried to make it exactly as this one. So the first thing that I've done is that I have just given, a logo, like not logo, a title. So the title is exactly the same, just the logo is different. The Wikipedia logo is not there, but dog-wikipedia is over here. Make sense, everyone? So we are starting to imitate that one. So let's talk about, first of all, I have told you that this section from here to here, I am expecting that this might be a header section for us. So I will come over here inside the body, and please remember, I have said that repetitively, and I'll say it once again, that always keep in mind that this header is very different from the head. And I hope those who have looked at the lecture, they know about that one. So this is first header section that I'm talking about, and the header section is, I was telling you, this top section that is there. So header section is the introductory section of any page. So I want to just create that one. The first thing that is over here is, which I'm not bringing, but I am saying, okay, there will be a logo of Wikipedia. And I can just write that as well. Maybe let's place a BR over there, and I can write the free encyclopedia, right? Just for nothing, I just mentioned that. So if I come over here, it just says, okay, logo free encyclopedia. This is basically coming over here. No big deal. Okay, after that, let's start talking about this first line first of all. And I will not bring up this icon. I will start bringing these icons maybe shortly, and I'll tell you that how we could just bring these icons. But right now, just not an icon. But I know that there are multiple spaces. There are lots of spaces. So it is bad what I am doing, but because I don't know any styling right now. So I am doing this bad way. So I'll say NBSP, non-breaking space, NBSP, and I'll just copy and paste this multiple times. Again, I'm telling you this is very bad, and this is not the appropriate thing, but I'm doing it right now because I don't have any other option. I don't know what is CSS, so I'm just trying to make some spaces in between. And why I'm making space? After logo, there is an ample space, and then there is a note in something. So if I hit save, and after these all spaces, I come over here, and again I said you that I'm not bringing. So if I write not logged in, let's see how it has been positioned. Looks appropriate, right? It looks appropriate, and it looks very, very near to that one. After that, there is some space and there is a talk. So I'll give maybe 2 spaces over here, or maybe 4 spaces, and then I'll write I'll write talk. And by the way, I'll just talk. Talk is also connected to somewhere. You know what I mean? So I'll just try to imitate this. So where it is connected to? Talk is connected to something like that. So I'll copy this link. I'll copy this link. You know what I mean? And I'll come over here and I'll connect this talk with this one. And how can I connect that? A href is equal to the link that I have copied, right? And the talk should come inside that one. Does that make sense to everyone? I'm trying to imitate it in the most appropriate manner. So now if you see that, now I have talk, and this talk is connected to exactly same link that was like Wikipedia is taking us. Are you getting that? 4 spaces look a bit more. Let me make it 3 spaces, so that it's a bit near to that, right? Or rather, 2 will be fine. So we'll be just looking at that. So now I have this talk, right? And then this is contributions. Now I will just link this one as well, and then you know that, okay, how to link that. So if I click on that one, contributions, so it will just open up some link over here. I'll copy this one. I don't know what's that link, but what I'll do is that after this talk, I will just give, 2 more spaces, NBSP and NBSP, 2 spaces, and then I'll write contributions. And rather, again, I'll make it linked because it is also linked to somewhere. And the where it is linked to, this will link to this one. And I will write here contributions. Make sense, everyone? So now I have not logged in talk, and now I'll just take it away from here. So I'm just trying to imitate that talk, contributions, right? And then create account and login. And again, they are also linked, but I'm just taking this liberty, not making them link, but you know that how to make them link. This is very easy now. So I'll say the next one is, okay, sorry, I'll have to just bring that one again. Okay, I'll just keep that on again over here. So now I have to just create account. And by the way, I can also make a link without giving anything. So I can say hash, right? This is another way of making links. Create account. And then again 2 breaking space, and then I will say a href is equal to hash. I don't know where it is connected to, just connecting it. Login. Okay, so I've tried to create all these things. So you see that not logged in, talk, contributions, create account, and login, which would looks more like. And again, the font is not like that, the style is not like that, but looks more like that. Make sense, everyone? And now after that, there is a new line, and then there is article, talk, read, view source, history, and this one. And I'll talk about all of this. So I'll come over here. After this login, I will come and I will say a BR. You know what is a BR? A line break. So I'm making a line break over here. After that line break, what I see is that I can see there is there is something called an article and talk. So I'll come over here after the line break. I will say, for example, article, right? And then I'll give a pipe sign and I'll say talk. And then I'll give a pipe sign, and then of course there are some certain spaces. Let me just bring up some spaces, and I'll say read. Do you see that? And then pipe sign. I'm giving pipe sign because I want to make it separate from the others, right? Read, and then I say view source, and then I give view history. Right? Let's see how it looks like. Okay, so it looks like that it has gone very, because it is basically it has gone inside the that one. So what I'll do is that again I want to put some spaces. Again, a bad way of putting the spaces, but I am putting those spaces over here. Okay. Okay, a bit more. Okay, it has come before the read, and I want to, oh, it has come. Okay, the read is also fine, but I want to make it a bit article a bit away. You see that article is a bit away now. Okay, so now it looks like that it's a bit more like this one. Make sense, everyone? 100. So what is that? It's basically doing what? It is typically showing, and right now it is just going here and there, and but don't worry about that. So I have just literally covered the head. No, not covered. There is something remaining. There is a text box over here. And how to create a text box, I will let you know. I'll come over here and I'll give you this one. And I can create a text box by using this input text. Type is equal to text. If I do that input type is equal to text, you will see that it will start looking like this one. Make sense, everyone? Now the text box is also there. Looks a bit odd, of course, not of the same size. I can just come here and I can say size equal to 30, for example. Let's see, 30. So it's a bit bigger. And how much that? It's a bit smaller. So rather than 30, I might say 20. And I'm not bringing the icon, but I'm just trying to just imitate that one. Make sense, everyone? Can I have a good feedback from everyone? We are just trying to imitate this page again, just that, semantically, but not of course in the real sense. Okay, so if you see that almost from the head section we have tried to cover everything. Now comes the nav section. After this header, there should be a nav section. I'll come here and I'll say, okay, there will be a nav section. I'll work on the nav section later on, and let's just leave a hint here, links here, right? I will put all the links over here, but I'll talk about that later on because I want to work on the main. This looks like my main section, everyone. This looks like my main section. Now I want to talk about the main first. So I come in the main. So the main section is like this. I told you that just forget about this one. This is called an aside maybe, but this is my main page. Let me just make it bigger, like full size. So this is my main section where the first there is a heading of dog. So now I'll go back. I will say, okay, in the main, first of all, I want to have this dog heading over there. Now, see my page whether this looks like that one. So you see here, I've just given the dog heading, and of course it is coming over here because my nav bar will graphically my nav bar will be over here. But right now there is no graphical that one. So let's talk about that. After that dot, if you see that there is a small sleek line going over there, right? And how to create a line in HTML? Anyone from you? How to create a line in HTML? No reply. Okay, we use HR, horizontal ruler, to create line in HTML. So see here, dog, and then there's a line. Are you guys getting that? Okay, Kirandeep says yes. Okay, so this line, I wanted to create this line. And then this looks like a normal text from Wikipedia. I'll copy this text from here, the first text, copy. And I'll come over here and I'll say after HR, just put a paragraph and put this text. You see from free Wikipedia free encyclopedia, something like that. Now, this looks a very special tag. I think I forgot to discuss it over there, but again, I'm just not telling you. There is a special tag in HTML. There is a special element in HTML that makes this kind of attribute thing, and that is called quotations. Quote. Quotation? No, what is that? I forgot about that one. I'll have to just look into that my notes. I forgot that. What is that called? It is block code. Sorry, block code. Sorry, it's called block code. Block code, right? So what I'll do is that I will place this inside the block code. What is the block code? I'll just show you. What block code does, I've just copied and pasted that one. So what block code does is just makes our text a bit offset from the previous one, and it makes it, it literally makes it a quotation or something. You know what I mean? It literally makes it a quotation or something. And do you see that over here? If I show you that this text is also looking like a bit offset from that one. Is that making sense? It's a bit offset. So block code is typically does what? I'll just show you the block code now. I'll just show you what does block code does. From W3 schools, we'll see that. A block quote tag specifies a section that is quoted from another resource. Browsers usually intend block quote elements, and look at the examples below to see how. So what it does is that it just bumps up that one with some indenting. So if you see that it has indented that one and looks like. Now I will just not leave over here. I see that this dog disambiguation is linked to some part. What is that part? Let me copy that link. It is connected to this link. It is connected to this link. I'll come over here and I'll copy this link. You know what I mean? And I'll come over here and I'll say, where is that dot disambiguation? So this dot disambiguation should be linked to a particular area. And what is that particular area? I've just already pasted that, copy that. So I'll copy and paste this dot disambiguation inside that. Now you see that disambiguation. So now this disambiguation is basically connected to exactly the same thing that it is connected to. Dot, what is that? So, okay, sorry, this is dot. So this is dog ambiguous, and then this whatever it's also connected to something. I will connect that one as well. So let's copy the link from here. Go back to our document, and this is this one. So I'll write the over there. I'll paste this link, and I'll copy and paste this one inside that. Now you see that I have this one over here. Okay. Right. So basically what we are doing now, it looks like that it's more near to that one. So see here that now this is the page. So now if you see that now it looks like more like that one. So that there is this one links as well and all. Now after that the main part, like main things start. This is one paragraph from this time to this time. And now I'll come over here and I'll copy this one. And I come back to my document. And after this block quote, I'll come back after that and I'll say first paragraph. So for making a paragraph, what we do, we use paragraph tag. And if I hit save now, you will see that now my document is looking like this first one. And you see that it looks like that I have this paragraph. This paragraph has been copied over there like that. You know what I mean? This paragraph is over here. But again, I want to stop over here because this paragraph has some things that I want to discuss over here. Do you see that this paragraph shows, first of all, these 4 and 5 have been written on the top. You see, as a superscript. And also, if you see here, this dog or domestic dog, they are emphasized. They look like bold text. And you remember that I have told you that dog or this domestic dog, I'll have to make them bold. And making bold is of 2 ways. One of the way is using strong tag, strong element. And one of the way is by using bold tag. So can anyone tell me what is the difference between if I just put a bold tag over here and I put this domestic dog inside that one? You will see the result will be almost the same. If I put bold or strong, what is the difference in our current web development scenario? If I put, so you see that both of them have gone, a bit bolder. You see what I mean? So they have gone bit bolder. Now, can I ask you that what is the difference between putting up a bold and putting up a strong tag? I have just right now done what? I have just put this dog as the strong and domestic dog as the bold. What is the difference between these two? I have discussed this difference in previous week or maybe this week's first lecture. Those who have looked into the lecture. No reply. Now remember, firstly, we used to basically use this bold tag, but now we are highly recommended to use the strong tag. And why? Because of that same issue that I have discussed so many times in last week's lecture or with this week's first lecture, that semantically now we want to make our document understandable to the screen readers. Now, if a screen reader for some physically challenged person will come over here and will be reading this out for me for them, what they'll do, they'll say the and then say, okay, strong dog. So it means they'll say that, okay, I have to just make it a bit more bolder over here. Bold does not semantically represent bold. Strong semantically represents the bold thing. Arshdeep, does that make sense? So strong is the semantic replacement of the bold. Okay, is that making, that's wonderful. That's making sense. So dog or domestic dog. Okay. What else? Let's go back. So you see that these 4 and 5 are coming as the upward. So now in HTML5, we have got a very interesting tag, which is called super or sub. So it's the super tag. If I come over here and I paste this 4 and 5 inside this super tag. Now I'll just place them inside the super tag. And now let's see what will be my output now. Do you see that this 4 and 5 have gone on the top? Are you guys looking at it? This 5 is not at the top, and I can, if I can make this 5 as well as at the top. Why? Because these are all superscript. So the tag name is superscript, and I want to make this 5 as a superscript. There is a subscript as well, and I'll see that if there is. So you see that this 5 goes as the up superscript. And of course, if you want to do that, you will have to just make these all as the superscript. Let me make maybe one more, because I want to show as much as near code as possible. So now you see that this 6 and 7 have also gone up like, you know, at the upside. Okay, so this is first paragraph, and we have tried to just, you know, link. Domesticated is basically linked to some area. Domestication, I will come over here and I'll copy this one, and I'll say, okay, I want to create this domestication link in my text as well. So I'll come over here and I'll say, okay, where is that domesticated? What is that? What's that link to? Is domesticated, right? So I'll come over here and is domesticated. So I'll just make this link. I'll say a href is equal to the link that I've copied, and I'll copy this domesticated this one, right? Now, if you see my document, okay, Kirandeep, I'll reply that. I'm very happy that you have asked a question, and I'll reply that to you. Now, let me find out something where I have to use italic, and then I'll do that. So if you see here, this canis, like, you know, this one also looks like an italicized one. Yeah, you know, this one also looks like an italicized one. Now, to make italicized something, I will come over here. This one is italicized. To italicize something, we had in good old days, we used to have a tag called I, italicize, and I'll put that canis familiar, like, you know, whatever it is inside my italic. Now you see here, I'll show the output to you. First of all, I'll open my website on the side by side, and then I'll show you. I have just, you know, implemented this one, but I have not saved that one. Now, if I hit save, do you see that this canis familiaris is gone in this one? In the same way, I want to make them as well. So I'll come over here. Now, we do not use bold, we do not use italic or I as well. And there is a replacement tag for that one. Can anyone tell me what is that replacement tag? It is not italic anymore. Anyone? It is called emphasized tag now. Emphasized. And that is also, Kirandeep, are you understanding? That is also you know, that is also a semantic replacement of italic. You know what I mean? Semantic replacement of italic. So it means that now I will never be using this italic tag. Rather, I will be using always the M tag. M means emphasized tag. So this is all emphasized now. Make sense? Now, if I come back to my required page, I'll come over here. Now, let's take one more paragraph. Let's take one more paragraph and come back over here. And of course, after this P, I want to make another P. So I'll just come over here and I just pasted this P, and you know, you can just, you know, imitate that as much as possible, and you will be able to find out. Okay, now we have got these two paragraphs, and now we have this all. Okay, after that, this is sort of looking like a table or something, which we'll be able to create that, and I'll just, you know, just maybe create that for you, and I will create, maybe let's create one table for you, and I will, you know, let's try to imitate that a little as well. So if I come over there, after that, I come here and I say table, and you remember, again, an obsolete thing, but I will be using that one, border equal to 1, which is obsolete. That's why you are seeing it red, right? So I'll say, for example, there is a 1 tr and there is 1 td, right? And in In this TD, I want to put everything because I want to have just one tab. So I'll come over here, and for example, I will copy this all and try to fix it over here, right? Which will be a bit bad thing. So just copy this one and come here in this TD. I'll just paste everything, right? Looks bad, looks odd, but let's see how does it look like on my page. You see, the table is going all the way over here, but no worries about that. We can just make this table, size in a size. We can just make it smaller. And let me just make it for you because and might also be a an obsolete one. But let's see. Width is equal to let's see. I say 20% of the screen, maybe. Let's see that. Yes, it works for me. You see, again, they are not linked, and there is no BR over there. And then you can just all that kind of things. And this content looks like a small heading, so I might say it's a H4 maybe. So I say content one is an H4. You know what I mean? So you can, if you want to just replace that one, you can have anything that you want. So 3 contents one, and then you can just make them links, and then and try to make them as near as possible to that one. Make sense, everyone? So table width is not obsolete. If it was obsolete, Visual Studio Code would have shown it red. So it's not showing it red. It means that this width is not obsolete one, right? Okay. So now we have talked about this one, and maybe after that there might be more paragraph, and I'll copy one more paragraph just to show you. So for example, this is another, it's not a paragraph, rather here it is starting a heading. Can anyone tell me what heading level I will use for this taxonomy? Because I have told in the first classes that these heading levels have semantic meanings as well. So I've used H1 for this dog. So what should be the heading level for taxonomy? Anyone? What should be the heading level for taxonomy? If someone has a H2, that's wonderful. So I'll just make one more, not H3, H2, because this is the subheading of this dog. Manjeet, it should be a subheading of dog, so it will be H2. And now if I ask you, if you look at that further, yeah, come over here. This biology is basically also the same level heading of that one. Okay, let's talk about this one. These are the same level headings. Then domestication is under evaluation, like evolution. So now if you see that this domestication will have H3. Majid, are you making sense? If something comes under that heading, I hope that's making sense to you. If this breed will also have H3, but this biology will have H2 again, and anatomy will have again H3, and then this might have H4. You know what I mean? So you have to syntactically make this heading. So I'll just make one more, and I'll make this H2 and taxonomy, for example. So after that table, I'll come over here and I'll say H2 taxonomy, and let's make a BR over here. So now you see that it would look more like my required output. So this is like this, and now if I show you my output, so you see, so you see that now I can see this taxonomy. Oh, not BR, HR. Right, so the line is appearing over there, and then I can just, if you want, I can just copy that text from here as well. So again, this looks like a block quote. So I'll just take this as a block quote. So I'll copy this, and I'll say after HR, I'll say block quote, and I'll put that block quote inside that one, and you will see that now it would be affecting. It will be showing me like this one, taxonomy debate, and etc. Whatever, it's like that. Okay, and then let's take one more paragraph, and that we will end, because there are so many paragraphs and things. We can just, this is normal paragraph. So after this block quote, I'll come over here, I'll put a paragraph, and I'll just put this text over here. Okay, now you see that it's basically just giving that paragraph. Okay, enough is about this one, and now I would like to tell you that what else I can copy from here. So if I go to the bottom, I'm not using any of them. If you go to the very bottom, you see here, look at this one. This looks like a footer of the document. Make sense, everyone? Footer of the. So I am understanding that, okay, I have just made everything now, and now I have reached to the footer part. So footer part, I'll come to the footer. Remember, we have talked about, this is also a very important one. And here I will make use of that very important attribute of date time as well. So if I just copy this one, and I come over here, and I say inside footer, just write this one. Now, this page was last edited on 15 June 2022. Remember, if there is a date, what we do that? What tag we have? We have a time tag for that one. You remember time element. And not only time element, I'll just show you. I'll paste that inside the time element. What is the benefit of pasting that inside time element? That I can just give this attribute as well. There is an attribute called date time. Date time is equal to, what I'll do, I'll say, okay, it would be 15, for example, 06, 2022, and what is the time? At 16:10. So I'll just write 16:10. Now, what is the benefit of doing that? Even though in output, it won't show anything at all. See that this has become a footer for me. Do you see that footer? It has become a footer for me, and there is no diagrammatical representation. But you know what will happen? If screen reader will come and read this article, it will come over here and it will know by this using time attribute. It will say, okay, this article was last edited on 15 June, because I don't know what is this written, but I know about this tag. What is this tag written? Manjeet, is that making little sense? The semantic elements or semantic understanding of the elements, that I have just given that semantic meanings. And by semantic meaning, I mean that I'm saying that this date time will be recognized by a screen reader when someone will be reading your document. What else I want to see here? So I have this, for example, some text, and this is some, there are some links as well. I don't know. I'll just copy this one as well. And inside footer, I'll come over here and I'll say, okay, there's this paragraph over there, and I can make it a little paragraph over here as well, because I want it to be the separate from the others. So I'll make it a paragraph. And then there are certain links. So I can just quickly copy maybe 1 or 2 links. So I'll say a href is equal to hash, and again, I don't know where it will connect it, but I can take that one as well. So it is privacy policy, right? And then I can give some I can give some spaces, and NBSP, again the wrong way, but anyhow. And then I say, okay, another A, and it should be connected to href. And now let's write about Wikipedia. And then disclaimers, and then all those kind of things. But again, I'm just showing you a quick example of that. Make sense, everyone? Now this looks like, this is the footer. Now basically what is happening is that, typically speaking, it says that it is basically the footer of the document. This is the main part of the document which is running over here. And then we have this header. There is one more remaining, the links. You know what I mean? So the footer is over. And now I'll talk about the links part, which I have just left intentionally in the beginning. And then I'll talk about the aside as well, this one. Okay, so this is the link part. So I want to create link. Now remember, in HTML, most of the times when someone starts to, or someone wants to make links over here, what they do, I'll just show you what they do. They do what? Okay, first of all, I'll have to go to this inside nav part. Where is this nav bar? Where is this nav? Oh, where did I park that nav? Where is that nav? Where is that nav? Can you find? Oh yeah, this is here. Links here, right? So this is my nav. So remember that usually people do what? They will definitely do one thing. Whenever they are creating this links in that one, they create an unordered list where they just create. So I'll just maybe I'll create for the first section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I want to create 7 allies over here. You know what I mean? So first, and again, everyone will be linked to something. So I'll come over here and I'll say, okay, let me remember the shortcut for making it li into 7. And what was that? Let me just remember that. Was that I'm just forgetting the shortcut. I'll just remember, because we can even do that one as well. Li, was that A? Okay, I think it was A. Let's just check that. No. Okay, I'll have to just check that. Okay, li star 7. So now I've just created the 7 one, and now here I'll create an A. an href. Oh my God, why it is not creating an href over here? A href is equal to hash. Okay, why it was not giving over there? Anyhow, and okay, so what should come inside that one? First of all, the main page. You know what I mean? And then I'll just copy and paste this one because I'll just change the content. So copy, paste, 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 and paste. Okay, what is the second one? Second one is the contents. And the third one is the current events. I'll quickly just do that. And the fourth one is the random article. Random article. And the fourth one is about Wikipedia. And the next is contact us. Contact us, and the last one is donate. Now you see here, I've created an unordered list. And interestingly, why I have created an unordered list, always remember, like 10 out of 10 times the developer will always like to have an unordered list for while they are creating a navigation link. And again, diagrammatically, graphically, it is not at the same place. But again, just consider that, okay, it is basically, it will come by somehow by using styling, we'll be just bringing it over here. So you see that this might be considered as the links over there. And don't worry about that. By using styling, we can just remove all these dots. We can make them so much beautiful, and we can just do lots of things. Right? And that I was just talking about that aside element that was coming over here. If I show you, that comes in over here. So I was showing you that this is the element that comes as aside. So it will be outside of the main. So I'll come over here. I'll just try to create that one as well. So I'll say, okay, after the main, I might have another element that after the main, I might have another element that will be called as aside. And what is aside? Aside element is a side topic that is not directly part of it, but of course that also represents something. So I will have just this one, and I can have some pictures over there. But of course, I'm not representing it completely. So I might say, okay, H2, given a H2 over here, and this dog should be inside this H2, something like that. And then there should be in this same aside, there should be some pictures over there, some pictures of dogs, something like that, right? So, but again, this won't be considered as the main part of the document. You know what I mean? It will be always considered as the aside. Aside means a side section, which is not directly part of our document. You see here, I'll show you. It is coming over here, right? Which, of course, because why? I have not taken. So this is just, showing it over here. This is the aside section. And of course, if you know that diagrammatically, how could I do that? I would just have taken that, and I've just, I will graphically try to produce it over here. Okay, so this is something that we have tried to come up after looking at this Wikipedia page. You know what I mean? We have tried to just, imitate this page. And now I'll have to just, remove some of these spaces because I already told you that this is not the right way of doing these kinds of things. But again, just to show you something, I just, went that. So now if I show you both of them, article, and from the before not logged in, I would like to also remove some spaces. Now you see here, it looks more like that one, right? So it looks more like that one. Again, not graphic, not with the user interface, but in essence, it's basically much related to the same page as we have that page. You see over here, there is no over there like with that one, but anyhow, we have just tried to imitate this page as much as possible. We have gone to the bottom. We have just gone to the the last part, and we have just created disclaimers and statics and developers, all those things, and you can just create all those pages. Now, last thing that I would like to do, that I have told in my last class, that there are pre-cooked CSS websites. One of them is Water CSS, which is very interesting. And you would have seen that you can apply this water.css on your documents. Just copy this one right? It's the automatic, and there is a dark theme, there is a light theme. You go to your document, and just after the title, you just go here and paste this one and see the magic. I've not saved that one. So if I just paste this one and I hit save, see here, my document changes into a much more looking like much more as like a website. You know what I mean? Now it looks a bit more like that one. Are you guys getting that one? It is just giving, this is a code, this is a taxonomy, there is some code. Looks good. I don't know what how I can write this CSS, but I know that okay, someone has written it down for me, and someone has provided this for me, and I know that I can just use that one for myself, right? I can just always use that one for myself. Okay. Why is coming in the line? Anyhow, so this is the text box that is coming, and this is the logo Wikipedia, and this is all are coming. Make sense, everyone? Can I have a quick feedback from everyone? It's not only Kirandeep. I would like to have feedback from everyone. Exactly. Official page means it looks more like a good, cool page. And by the way, it's not water CSS only. And I told you that water CSS are different themes. I can apply this theme as well. So rather than that theme, if I come over here and I say, okay, no, I don't want this one. I want rather this one. And I'll show you. If I implement the dark theme, see what happens to my page. My page comes as a dark color. Looks good. We don't know any CSS, but we have started to look some CSS in action over here. Is that making sense to everyone? This is typically what we have just taken. So now for the practice purpose, what you can do, next week we will start our we'll start some nice another important topic, that is document object model. But I would like you to just practice something. So for example, I will give you one practice, and I usually follow that one as well. If you want, you can have a look at my one of my previous lectures that I have done with over here, and I have tried to come up with this stack flow questions as well. And there we have discussed few things that are typically new. I just try to copy it, imitate this one as well. So should I expect that you guys will also try to just imitate this one, how to make these buttons? This is quite easy, and I'm just telling you over here, and you can just later on go and create those buttons. So for example, if I go in my header and I want to create a button, it's very easy. So you have this button keyword, and you can write anything in between that. So if I write login, so it will create a button for me. Let me just show you. It has created a button, and again, CSS has been applied. If I just take away CSS for a second to show you button, so you see that I have got this login button, and I want maybe a logout button as well. So what I'll do is that I'll just come up over there, and I'll just make another button over here, and I'll say button, and I'll say logout, or maybe register, something like that, sign up. You know what I mean? So I can have multiple buttons over there, and again, just apply that CSS because it looks cool. So now it should be looking like that one, that we have got these two buttons over here that you can just use for good. So I would expect you guys to just have a look at this one, maybe try to do that. And again, I will just maybe I will just give you the link of my previously recorded lectures as well. If you want, you can just go over there and you can copy that link from there, that part. Right, makes sense, everyone? So as I said, this is very much that we are almost done with our the HTML part, and I have just given you one example over here, and you can just look at this example. Later on we will be just working on styles, and this is just a style from someone that has created. And later on what we'll do is that we'll go there and we'll try to create our own styles. We'll talk about the CSS, we'll talk about so many interesting things in our coming sections, right? So that's it from my side today, and I would just stop here, and I would expect you to just come up with some nice solutions of this one, and we are our assignment 3 is on its way, and it's going to be assignment 3. I think you will get that assignment 3 shortly. It was supposed to be released, it is supposed to be released this week, and definitely I'll just release that shortly. Assignment 3, by the way, and you will be working on assignment. And you will be getting your assignment 1 and 2 marks. Hopefully by this weekend, you will get assignment 1 and 2 marks. And I think you have seen that you have got assignment like test 3 marks also. So test 3 marks are also done, and I have finalized those marks. You can see those finalized marks. It's for everyone who is looking at the recording also. The test 3 marks have been finalized. So if you have any questions, you can just ask me, or if you have any concern, you can just talk about that concern whenever you have. So we can just we can see that what can be done with that one. Any questions thus far from anyone? Vimal Shankriya. Vimal, I think I am seeing you for the first time. Was that right, Vimal? Oh, you have attended my previous classes. I'll have to look at the attendance. Anyhow, so you say that you have attended the classes. Okay. You have attended some classes. Thank you very much. You have attended some classes, right? So we have some Jonathan Velasquez. Jonathan, looks like I'm not very familiar with you. Have you attended some classes before? Suai Korean, I remember you clearly. Okay, anyhow, any questions now? Okay, thank you very much for joining in now. And I'll be just, stopping here. And next week, let's see, we'll start DOM programming, and that's a very interesting one. And we'll see that later on. Okay, thank you very much, everyone, and have a great weekend, everyone.